Good evening, everybody. It's that time from Athletics, Sports, and Performance Gym. It is 305 Ballers hosting St. Augustine Glory. I am Bruce Silverman along with Ethan Silverman as the Ballers come into their second season. They won their home opener 109-77 over Tri-City Blackhawks. The tip won by the Ballers, and they'll be going from left to right on your screen, firing from three, off the mark, rebound by Glory, and they'll come the other way. Ethan, in this game, the Ballers, big winners, their first time out. What are you looking for out of this home team tonight?
I'm excited to see their matchup because there's an obvious size differential between each team, so I'm excited to see what they've got to show this game.
Size differential, pass inside, and it goes off the mark. It will stay with the Ballers. They'll be looking to inbound now if they can send anybody there. It will be Wilson to inbound. Slight stop here. And we'll get everything underway. During this delay, Ethan, you talk about the size advantage, and you look at the big man, Bryant, who was big against Tri-State the last time out here at home. He's going to be the target man, but that's not the only guy with size. They've got a lot more size underneath as well.
Correct. Again, even though they may have size on their team right now, there's still a big difference between their players and the Glory as well.
All right, we do see Williams, number 34 right there. We got a clock problem that we're stretching out. You look at the size of Williams, definitely one of the largest players on the floor as we change the clock right now. So as we work out the clock problem right now, is it will be reset to the proper time. Going back, we are scoreless. One shot by the Ballers does not go. Inbound coming in, and it will be Wilson throwing it in. Dorcius working it out, working the other side, working inside, passing out. The three by the big man, off the mark, rebound going the other way. It is Glory. And everything gets slowed down. Now bringing it inside. Ruffin with the runner. It does not go. Ballers with the rebound. They'll come the other way.
Yeah, with that last play, by number 15, Ruffin, he should have just went up for a jump shot instead of trying to float that because he had so much space in between each player.
Defense sending it the other way. Inside, off balance, but it falls. And it is 2-0 Glory as King gets the basket. Timeout on the floor as everyone will get readjusted. We'll be right back. Welcome back after that timeout by the Ballers. 2-0 Glory. Ballers will inbound it. They'll start to work the right side. Knocked away by King. It'll stay with the Ballers. They'll be baseline. And Wilson once again will do the honors. Gets it inside, stolen away, knocked away by the big man Williams. Running the floor, Glory. It's St. Augustine. We'll slow it down a little bit, reset the offense. Working that right side. Williams, the second Williams, into King. King looking for some clearance. Back out to Clark. Clark with the big three. It does not go. Easy rebound for Wilson, and he'll bring it up.
Yeah, that's some good ball movement by the Glory as well, trying to find that open shot. But there were some times where they could have either driven to the basket or kicked out, driven and kicked out.
And that three is good by Dorcius, and it's 3-2. The home team. Ruffin, well defended. Williams losing the handle, backs off, able to move it forward. Outside the three-point line, he'll back off just a little bit. Thought about the three, kicks it out to Ruffin. Back out, and that long-distance shot by King does not go. Ahead, Ballers trying to run quickly, and that will fall despite being well defended by Bryant. Going the other way, the runner does not go. Wilson defended, has to play back. Clark thought it was a backcourt violation. It does not go. Wilson going inside, underneath to the big man, and he'll go to the line for two.
That's a good call by the ref. You could see that the big man was going down and swinging. He's just got to keep those hands up, and then he won't be called for a foul.
But he is called for the foul because of the contact, and now Bryant, who led the way against Tri-City in the opener here at Athletic Sports and Performance, goes to the line for two shots.
And that was smart by the Ballers for feeding the big man down low and just let him eat.
The front end does not go. Well off balance. Bryant needs to settle himself down and set his feet. Ballers are up 5-2 on the 5-point run. Can it be 6? That does not fall. Rebound by Ruffin will come the other way. Glory will run. Then will slow down. Williams penetrating. The runner off the glass, and it's an and one opportunity.
That was a great spin move down low by the block. He saw the opening in the paint, and he just took it.
So Williams picking up his first two of the game, looking to make it a three-point play. We're going to have a substitution here as Bellinger will check into the game. Very deep bench for the Ballers. Glory only traveling with 8 players as Williams is at the line for one. Rattles it home. 3-point play, and it is a tie game early on, knocked away by Ruffin. Ball stays as you see Bellinger getting involved with this one. Bellinger, the holdover from a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, there was great defense, good pressure in the backcourt while they're bringing it up. The Glory's got to keep that going if they want to win this game.
Early on, we are tied, and conversation there. Clark with the referee as we'll wait to get things started back up. 5-5 early on, Ethan. Ball about to be inbounded. What have you seen between these two teams that impresses you on each side? We'll start with the Ballers.
With the Ballers, I like their ball movement at the beginning, trying to find their big man. They just got to exploit the big man in the paint. You can see him in the middle on the high post. Yeah,
does not go.
Shots like that should not be fun, should be going if you have a big man at the top of the key.
Wilson getting it back, looking for some help, having to kick it out. The three, that does not go for Dorcius, who had a three to open up the scoring for the Ballers. Coming the other way, Clark bringing it up. What's impressed you about the visitors' defense for me?
Defense as well for me is because I can see they're getting good stops, and it turns into nice scoring on the offense.
Clark gets his first 2 points, and the Glory are now above. And that lead will stay as the rebound by Williams kicks out to Ruffin. Ruffin thought about going inside the paint, thought better of it, kicks out to King. King had some space, but he pulled back. Throws it away, but Ruffin's there, trying to get it inside, and he's called for too many steps.
Yeah, it seemed like Ruffin didn't know what he wanted to do, if he wanted to continue driving the basket or kick out, so he was confused right there.
Timeout on the floor. We'll be back with Glory up 7-5. Welcome back to Athletics, Sports, and Performance Gym. Glory up 7-5 early. Here come the Ballers, led by Bellinger. Kicks it out into the paint. The jump does not go for Blackwell. He gets the rebound back. Shot off balance, but Bellinger gets it to fall for three, and it's 8-7 Glory. Ruffin with a little pressure from Wilson. Wilson running with him, staying with Glory. Do you like that pressure one-on-one, preventing Ruffin to easily bring the ball up?
I do, because you can see that it's stopping the ball and causing some turnovers. But the pressure's on both sides, because at the start after the timeout, the Glory came out with pressure as well.
All right. We got a little less than 7 minutes remaining, and Graham checking into the game for the visitors. King will go out with 2 points. And Ruffin now with the rebound for Williams. He has 3 already, walking it up. Guarded by Blackwell. Looking for an outlet. Gets it baseline. That floater does not go. Rebound by Blackwell, and he'll bring it up fast. Wilson loses the handle. They'll have to reset. He gets it back. Thought about the 3. Gets it inside to the big man. Didn't turn. Kicks it inside. That off-balance shot will go for Blackwell. His first 2 of the game, and it's 10-7.
I like this ball movement by the Ballers. Again, feeding the big man down low, who's also moving the ball around and is turning into some great shots as well.
Here's Williams, driving baseline. He's able to get that to rattle home, and he leads all scorers with 5. Bellinger thinks about the 3, pulls the trigger, and drains it. He has 6, leads the way now with those 2 threes. Ruffin, well defended by Wilson, has to kick it out. The other Williams, to the other Williams. To Williams, wearing black. Williams for 3, nothing but the bottom of the net. He leads all scorers with 8.
Yeah, after the shot, you could see some words were exchanged to the Ballers bench. It just seems like some bad blood between these 2 teams.
Early on, 2nd season for the Ballers in the ABA, and that's why we've got that red, white, and blue ball. Tight game early on, the Ballers with a big win. Their first time out. That 3 does not go. Rebound by Bryant. Fights inside, knocked away. And here come the visitors for 3. Does not go. Rebound. Williams has to kick out. Graham. That's off the mark. Rebound by Ledger, and he can't get that to go, but it stays with the Glory. And right now, the visitors giving the home team all kinds of fits.
Ledger again off the rebound. Grab it, bring it down, then go back up. Don't try to tip it in, because then it just goes off the backboard and goes out of bounds like we just saw.
That runner by Graham goes, and the Glory now leading the charge, 14-13. Here comes Bellinger kicking it to the outside. Wilson inside. Bryant can't get that one to go. Well-defended jump ball. And it will go the direction of the Glory. We got timeout on the floor with the Glory up by 1. Welcome back. 3:54 left on the clock in the first quarter. Ruffin bringing it down inside. King looking for an outlet. He's got Williams. Williams back to Ruffin. Defended inside to Williams. He gets that to fall. He now has 10 on the game in the Glory, up by 3. Wilson for Bellinger. Back. Wilson well defended by Ruffin. Bryant. Wilson thought about it, clears some space. Well off the mark. Bryant with the rebound. Loses the handle. Here comes Ruffin. Defended by Wilson. We've seen that movie before. Ledger thought about it. Williams off the mark. He was running after it. Bellinger sending it the other way. Can't connect. And Graham picks it up. Here's Ruffin. Lays off for Williams. King, the 3. That's off the mark. Rebound. Graham giving it back. Up off the mark. Rebound by Terrett. Blackwell. And the Ballers trying to find ways to get even. That will fall for Blackwell, and he has 4.
The two things that I noticed that the Glory are doing that the Ballers are not is they're moving the ball well and they're rebounding. Even though that last play where they turned into a nice jump shot, that was moving the ball, but that was the only time they've done it since they got out of the timeout.
We've got another timeout on the floor with the Glory up by 1. Apologize on that. Substitution is Williams checks back into the game for Glory. Barfield will be checking in a minute for the Ballers. Bellinger kicking it out wide, getting it back. Wilson thinks about it at the elbow, kicks it out wide. Long distance, does not go, and the Glory get the rebound. And the foul is called on Blackwell. Barfield is checked into the game for the Ballers. Ball will belong to Glory.
I do like the pressure that the Ballers are putting on the Glory, is because you've seen earlier in the game, the pressure they put on them has resulted in fumbles or turns into out of bounds, and that's good. I like this pressure that they have.
Presses on with 3 men wearing blue kits in the backcourt. Glory able to send it forward. Shot from outside, drains Ledger, and he's got his first 3. Pulling up, Barfield giving it over. Inside, Bryant. That will go, and it's an and 1 situation as Bryant now has 4 points.
It almost looked like he alley-ooped it to himself. Again, feeding the big man. That's going to be the key for the Ballers to win this game today.
And the big man is at the line to complete the three-point play. Went 0 for 2 his last time at the line. And he misses off the back of the iron. Ballers with the rebound, led by Terrett, but they give it up. Here's Ruffin, slowing things up, going outside King. Graham will dish. Ruffin, he'll dish as well. Wide open and wanting it is Ledger. Shot doesn't go. Ruffin with the rebound. The drop is there. And Ruffin has his first two of the game.
Again, the ball movement. You can see that the ball movement is really doing well for the Glory, and that's something maybe the Ballers should try focus on. See, like shots like that should not be happening if you move the ball around.
Blackwell, well short. That will drop for Ledger, and we have a timeout on the floor. Ledger now with 5 and the Glory up by 6. We'll be right back. Welcome back. 40 seconds remaining in the first. Glory up by 6. Here come the Ballers. Bryant, nice move underneath. He gets 2. And he now has 6. That's the ball movement that you were looking at, Ethan.
Yes, exactly. And again, to the big man. If they feed the big man, that's the key for them to winning. I feel like a broken record saying that, but that's the truth.
Williams loses the handle, stays with it, can't get the shot to go. Bryant with the rebound. Less than 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds, 4, 3. The 3 goes, it will count. And it was Bellinger with the 3.
It looks like he might have been fouled on that shot as well.
He has 9, going to the line for 10. And this will be an opportunity for the Ballers to tie the game at the end of the first.
Yep, again, and Bellinger coming out off the bench and outscoring their team and helping them to either the tie or trying to push the lead.
Bellinger misses the opportunity to tie the game. We are done with the first 12 minutes of action. We will take a break here from Athletic Sports and Performance Gym with the Glory up by 1. Welcome back. Second quarter about to begin. 23-22. The visitors over the home team. Leading scorer and leading all scorers, number one, Williams for Glory with 10. For the home team, Blackwell with 4. Dorcius with 3. Bryant with 6. And Bellinger with 9. Going over to the visitors, King has 2. Ledger has 5. Ruffin with 2. He's the man that's been bringing the ball up the floor. Graham with 2. And Clark with 2. Just about ready to get underway. Ball is in the hands of King. Kicks out to Graham, and Graham will bring it up. Feeling the pressure from Tarrant. Tarrant well defending. Inside, Ruffin kicking it out. King taking his time. He'll go baseline. That will not go. It was on the floor. And right away, you see Glory picking up where they left off, moving the ball with a sense of purpose.
Exactly. If they keep moving the ball like this, there's no reason why they should lose this game.
Ballers need to pick up the pace as well as play a little bit tighter on defense. Glory inbounding. Stop on the floor. We'll get this all sorted out and start it back up. Ball will be in the hands of Graham on the baseline. And we're back in action. Graham looking for an outlet, gets it underneath to Williams. Defended by Bryant. He's whistled for the foul.
I don't agree with that call. I see hands straight up, feet planted. I don't agree with that call by the ref.
Bruce Silverman along with Ethan Silverman as Williams will go to the line for 2. His first time at the line, looking for his first points of the game. Makes the front end, and the lead is extended to 2.
Seems like the ref doesn't want to hear it from the bench, calling them off.
He'll stay with the Glory as Williams missed the second of his 2 free throws. And Tarrant will check out of the game. Graham inside to Williams, out to Ruffin. King. The 3. It will not go, but he was fouled, and he'll go to the line for 3. Ledger already has 5. He can extend that to 8, and he can make it a 5-point game if he converts all of these. So Ledger at the line now. That's 1. His first points of the second quarter. That's 2. And he plays quickly. 1 bounce, 3 points on that exchange. 27-22.
Whatever works at the free throw line. Your routine is your routine.
Bellinger throwing it out to the outside. The runner will not go. Rebound by King. Moving it through quickly. Ruffin looked like his toes were on the line. He misses. Rebound by Bellinger coming the other way with a sense of purpose. King trying to go inside. Double team. Kicks it out. Now underneath. Blackwell was wide open at the line. If he had turned and taken the shot, he doesn't do it. Kicks out to Barfield. Barfield looking for help. And that jumper foul, Bellinger will go to the line for 2. He has 9 on the game. Ballers down by 5.
On the fast break, they're trying to go up for the shot. Slow things down right now because, as you can see in the last fast break, they couldn't convert on what they wanted to do. Slow the game down, move the ball around, try to find the right shot for you.
Bellinger makes the first of 2. Substitution coming in now is Wilson comes into the game. Bellinger misses the second one. And Kappa has checked in for the Ballers as well. Graham. And that will be a turnover, as it Looks like the Ballers will pick up the ball. Actually, timeout on the floor with the Glory up by 4. Welcome back. 10:34 remaining in the half. Glory up by 4. The visitors have really come into this building and have been running right at the Ballers. Good defense by the Ballers results in a turnover.
Very smart by the coach. Right now, on offense, they need to slow things down. Defense, they got it on the pressure. Slow things down on offense.
Inside looking for Bryant, stolen away by Williams. Outlet pass, well off the mark. Hincappa picks it up. That jumper does not go. Rebound by Bryant won't go as well. Williams with the rebound going the other way. Gloria doing a really good job on the boards.
Exactly, and that's something the Ballers need to work on as well. They need to grab those boards and go up with them and make those layups or dish it out for a nicer shot.
Wilson trying to outlet underneath to Bryant, going the other way. Ruffin, the jumper off the glass, and he now has 4.
He could have gone in for the layup, maybe draw the foul, but instead took the smart shot, save, little floater.
Coming the other way, 6-point game. Bellinger kicking out. That 3 does not go for Hincappa. For 3, well off the mark. Here come the Ballers. Setting up on offense. That 3 will be off the iron. Rebound going the other way.
Bellinger's just been chucking those shots up. If they go in, they go in, but he just keeps shooting that shot.
Well, he does lead all scorers for the Ballers with 10. Leading the way for Glory, Williams with 10.
But there's a difference between scoring nicely and just chucking up shots just to score. Because he's not taking smart shots, he's just chucking the ball up.
We'll sort things out on the floor right now. We'll dry things up. Safety first here at Athletic Sports and Performance Gym. 18 on the clock, on the shot clock, that is. And everybody will do their part to dry things up. When you were playing, did you find yourself using the bottom of your shoes to dry the floor as well?
I chose not to do that because I felt like even if the sweat was on there, I wasn't trying to slip. So I chose not to. I had my teammates do it.
Way to delegate. Williams for Ruffin. Guarded by Bellinger. Ruffin picks up the pick, kicks it out. Long 3 does not fall. Wilson was battling for the rebound, but he helped Hincappa pick it up. And now the pressure is on to get across the line. They do. Wilson kicking it out. That 3 well off the mark.
Again, not a smart shot. Move the ball around. That's really what the Ballers need to focus on in the second quarter.
Ruffin for Williams. Underneath for Williams. The turn floater with the right hand, that goes. And the big man now has 3. Bellinger looking for help, defended by King. Underneath, trying to turn, Bryant finding Hincappa. That's going to be short. Rebound by Williams.
Again, the size differential between the two teams is really affecting the rebounds. You have Bryant still going up there for the boards, but Williams is way too big for him.
Stoppage of play as we get things sorted out. With the Glory up by 8. Ballers coming into this game looking to be the favorites after just running Tri-State Blackhawks out of their gym. And now, Ballers really struggling right now when it comes down to fundamentals.
You're right. The rebounding, moving the ball, I feel like a broken record, but come on. That's what they need to do if they want to stay in this game. Because right now, Glory's running up the scoreboard by moving the ball, rebounding, taking their time, and finding a smart shot. And then on the Baller side, you just have Bellinger chucking up random shots instead of moving the ball around, feeding the big man, dishing it out, or giving it up, and just laying the ball up.
Ballers will talk things over with their coach right now. Very animated bunch here in the 305. And this team, which second year in the ABA, growing pains, and right now big gut check moment for the Ballers is they need to figure out a way to dig out of this hole.
Well, it's early in the season, so they still have time to figure this out. But as of right now, the coach right now in this timeout needs to figure out what they can do to stay into this game.
Not looking to get any farther into the hole. They'll talk things through. We'll have 7:40 remaining in the half when we come back from this timeout. Referees are going to call everybody together.
One thing that I think that they should work on is having not just Bryant boxing out and going up for the rebound, but the entire team. Have one or two have the guards out in the backcourt and have everyone go in and try to box out because he needs help. He can't be the only one down there boxing out.
Well, especially Bryant giving up size in terms of weight and in terms of inches to Williams underneath. You're right, he's going to need some help. Ballers inbounded. Ruffin will play some defense. Another big man on the floor for the Ballers, stolen away. And now the pressure is on, and the big man will be whistled for the infraction. And Williams will look to inbound here.
That's a smart call by the ref because you can see the big man having his arm down by the waist, and that's an instant blocking foul.
So the blocking foul is the call. We'll get things started here momentarily. Williams still leading the charge. That Williams right there wearing number 1 with 10 for Ruffin. Ruffin's been the man who basically will outlet it, gives it right back to Williams, and he'll reset everything. 16 on the shot clock for Williams. Williams does not get it to go. Rebound by Wilson. He is scoreless so far, kicking it out. And the Ballers trying to cut this lead. Underneath. Bellinger kicking it out. Baseline. And Bellinger still leading the charge, and Wilson going to line for 2.
See what moving the ball does? Move the ball in, find an open shot instead of just chucking up random threes. And I do like the pressure that the Glory's putting on the one-on-one outside of the three-point line. That's really affecting the guards.
Wilson to the line for 2, looking for his first points on the afternoon. It is an 8-point game. It'll remain an 8-point game. Ballers have gone to the line. They have not been converted.
You're absolutely right. They need to take their time because right now free throws are so important in helping you guys run up the clock.
Wilson misses both. Here's King out for Ruffin. Ruffin waving everybody off. Finally to the outside. Clark can't get that to go. The big man gets the rebound. And here's Wilson. Up ahead. Outlet pass stolen away by Williams. Looking to go coast to coast. can't get that runner to go. Coming the other way. Wilson dishes. The big man gets it to go. And 2 points for him.
See what happens when you feed the big man? Make them go to work. Let them eat.
Now a 6-point game. As King, well defended, trying to get the handle, is able to work it out. The long three does not go. Easy rebound by the big man. And Wilson will bring it down.
Yeah, great defense again. Putting the hand in their face, converting into an open shot.
Good defense by the Glory. Ruffin kicked it out. King lost the handle. Ballers lose the handle. Glory lose the handle. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Bellinger, he loses the handle, but it will stay with the Ballers. 31-25.
Bellinger was looking for the foul, but that was great defense by Glory.
5:18 remaining in the half as we'll sort everything out. Blackwell will check in and Lewis will check out of this one. Bellinger will inbound underneath. Takes too much time. Looked like a fast 5 to me.
No, I don't think it was the error on the baseline. I think it was something to do with the clock, because it seemed like the ref was going up. You could see that he was frustrated with the clock.
Fair enough, and our vantage point, we're not able to see that. So Bellinger now at the baseline with a fresh set of 5. Ballers taking their time. The runner underneath does not go.
That could have been a foul. I saw the swing. But
Ruffin going coast to coast is able to finger roll it in. And now he has 6-4 in the second. And we're back to an 8-point lead for St. Augustine. Bellinger with Ruffin on him. That jumper does not go for Blackwell. Bryant, he loses the handle. And that will not go, but Bellinger will go to the line for 2. He has 10 on the game.
Good job by the Ballers looking at the mismatch, because you saw Bryant down low with 2 guys that were much smaller than him as Williams was in the backcourt. Very smart by the Ballers.
An easy free throw for Bellinger. He now has 11, 2 in the second. Free throws, as we talked about it the last time that Wilson went to the line for 2 and missed them both. One of the Achilles heel of this team is Bellinger makes both of them. And that's something that's going to have to be a discussion for the Ballers at the half. Need to make every trip to the line count.
You're absolutely right, Bruce. Looked like he could have stepped out of bounds on that last 3-point shot.
Rebound ultimately by Clark, back out to Ruffin. 16 on the clock as Wilson goes, fouled hard. He'll give the stare to Bryant. Bryant will back away. Williams will go to the line for 2. He has 3 on the game.
Smart call by the ref. You saw Bryant just going up, swinging. And, hey, good job by Williams for just going up, taking the contact, trying to do that and 1. Missed it, but now he's going on the line for 2.
So the big man, who's been to the line once before, will try to extend this 6-point lead as the Glory, every time the Ballers try to nip away at this lead, the Glory find ways to continue to make it work. Rattles it home for his 4th on the game, all of them coming here in the second.
First free throw made of the game so far for Williams.
Williams will come looking for his 5th. He gets it. And the lead is now back up to 8. Largest lead of the game. And now the pressure on Bellinger, able to outlet it. Dorcius. And now Wilson giving it back to Dorcius. The jumper will not go. Rebound by Lewis, trying to go back up with it. Fundamentals, had time to bring it down, go back up, tried to tip it in, it does not go. Good defense by the Ballers coming the other way. Lewis hands it back to Bellinger, and Bellinger now has 14.
That's exactly what I was talking about the ball movement on the fast breaks. Slow things down, see your open man, make the basket.
Got a stoppage of play here as we sort things out. Timeout on the floor. Glory by 6. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Athletic Sports and Performance Gym. Ballers trailing by 6 with 3:20 remaining in the half. Graham with the ball in his hands, back in the game. Kicks it out, knocked away momentarily. It will go the other way. Glory thought it was last touch by the Ballers. It will belong to the Ballers. Wilson picks up some help. Going coast to coast, and Ruffin fouls him, and he'll go to the line for 2. Once again, Wilson looking for his first points of the game. He's been empty at the line so far.
I don't think that was a foul. He had his whole entire hand on that ball with that great block. I don't agree with the refs on that call.
Ruffin, who has 6 on the game, sends Wilson to the line with the Ballers down by 6. And he rattles that one home. First points of the game for Wilson. Makes it a 5-point game. Lewis checking out. Terrett will come back in.
This is where I would put Bryant into the game, because you can see that this is a small lineup for the Glory right now. Put the big man in, exploit the size that they have.
Wilson gets the back end of the 2 shots. Makes it a 4-point game, and the observation by Ethan that we're now playing small ball on both sides. King, double teamed, is able to break it. The finger roll will go.
Great cut right there. Called for the ball going into the paint, and they fed him.
Graham with the 2 there. The 3-pointer from downtown will fall. Walker with his first 2 points. Call it 3. Ruffin defended by Wilson.
Smart job by the coach, trapping the corners and resulting into a basket.
Wilson picks up his first field goal of the game, and it's a one-point game. And it's all come by solid defense as Graham picks up another two. But the defensive pressure by the Ballers making the difference in this run to tighten up the game late in this first half.
You're absolutely right. I don't know what the coaches was saying in the timeouts and the huddles, but whatever it is, it's working. It seems like the Ballers got their second win, and now they're trying to either catch up or trying to push the lead.
1:39 remaining in the first. Bellinger will bring it in. He's got 14 points. Now he'll have the ball in his hands. Kappa. Terrett looking for some help. Moves the ball forward, kicks it out. Wilson inside to Terrett. The ball movement is there. Bellinger for three, and he drains it.
Smart play by Bellinger to tie up the game right there. Pump fake, took another dribble, settled himself, knocked down the jumper.
Leads all scorers with 17. 9 in the first, 8 here in the second. And we are tied at 39. Ballers going into those timeouts, getting the pep talk from their head man, making the difference as you've seen the defense really step up, and the Glory not being able to answer the pressure.
Absolutely right. The pressure by the Ballers is really what's keeping them in the game, and now they got the momentum. Now they're going to capitalize on this right now.
Glory trying to bring it in with a lot of pressure by the Ballers. Kappa was there. The runner, and it goes. How about that?
The way to beat this pressure and the traps in the corners is fast ball movement, because then it takes less time for the ball to travel, and it takes more time for someone to go and trap it. So if they move the ball and they run, that will result in those passes.
Well, that resulted in 2 points for Clark. He goes to the line looking for his third point of the half. Excuse me. He's got 2 in the first, 2 in the second. He's looking for 5 overall. Glory now back up by 2. Seconds left. And that will not go. Rebound by the Ballers. With the seconds remaining, let's see if they can tie the game up before we go to break. That will go out of play. 47 seconds left. Ballers with the ball in their hands. And it is Bellinger who will inbound it. Goes outside. Long distance shot by Bellinger does not go, and there's that lack of patience. The turnover results. Plenty of time left on the clock, plenty of time left on the shot clock, and Bellinger is basically shooting it from the Freedom Tower. Down
by 2, you want to move the ball around, slow down your momentum to try and find a smarter shot to either tie it up or get the 1-point lead. That shot should not have been taken.
Clark losing the handle on his back, smartly calls timeout. So we'll take a timeout on the floor. 41-39, Glory late in the first. Welcome back. Glory with the ball in their hands. 35 seconds remaining, and they're up by 2. That shot will not go. Rebound by Williams. He puts it right back. Williams has 7, and the Glory are up by 4.
Williams has been a monster on the boards right now, and that's something that the Ballers need to try and figure out how to stop.
Williams with some defense on the other side. Wilson taking it baseline into the paint. He gets that to fall, and he has 6.
Nice little Euro step to create space.
King almost slammed it in and out, but it drops, it falls. And those are his first 2 points of the half, and that will do it for the first half of play. 45-41, the home team will look to make up the 4-point deficit when we come back on the other side. Welcome back. Second half about to get underway. Athletics, Sports, and Performance Gym. The Ballers and Glory. St. Augustine comes into this game looking to knock off the Ballers, who had a big win last month against Tri-State Blackhawks. Bryant underneath, can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, spin move. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for two on Bruce Silverman along with Ethan Silverman. And Bryant going to the line. He had no points in the second quarter. He had 6 in the first, and his team has struggled at the line.
The Ballers had to start feeding him again. They start feeding him in the first quarter, not so much in the second quarter. Now, second half, that's what they need to focus on with him.
Bryant, the front end, rattles it home. He's got his first points of the third. Let's talk about these two teams and what we saw in the first half. Glory have been a lot more consistent throughout the game as that one finds its way down. And now it is a 2-point game. Glory have been more consistent throughout this game. They have put pressure on the Ballers throughout. They have shot a little bit better. They moved things around. Your impressions on Glory?
What I really think that has been going well for them this entire game has been their pressure on defense. They've been pressuring the Ballers into bad shots, resulting in some fast points on the other end. So I think the pressure on defense is really what's held them higher than the Ballers in this game.
Ballers have struggled at times, but when they put pressure on defensively, it seemed to turn things around offensively. Underneath, and the slam by Bryant, and he now has evened this game at 45. Going back to my point, the Ballers struggled at times, but they've been streaky. They've been able to go down. They were down a few different times by 8, able to battle their way back, get it close, now tying things up to start the third.
What really helped was the momentum push late in the second half. What able to them to either tie it up and then be down by 2.
Williams on the other end getting the first 2 points for the Glory in this one, and stolen away by Dorcius. Now bringing it back. Bellinger. Inside, Wilson making the move. The floater off the glass and high off the glass. And Wilson, who did not score in the first, picking up 6 in the second, now has 8 in the third.
I don't think Wilson knew what he was doing on that last shot. It was kind of like a little chuck up, underhand toss, and I think he was surprised that that went in after.
Effective nonetheless, and we're tied at 47. Clark trying to battle with Wilson. Not sure if that was supposed to be a pass to Williams or a shot. Either way, it doesn't work. Williams with some big-time defense on the other end, trying to steal it away. Last touch by Williams, inbound coming up for the Ballers. Tied at 47, and for a team that on 3 or 4 different occasions in the first half was down by 8, a very, very good start. Conversation must have been solid at half to come out as strong as they did.
The Ballers coach definitely told them what they needed to work on, and right now they're listening to their coach and they're doing exactly what they've been told.
Wilson feeding underneath. Bellinger is able to come and help things out. It was the 3 from way, way downtown Miami. And Bellinger now leading all scorers with 20. Ruffin kicking it out. That 3 won't go. Battle for the rebound. Picked up by Bellinger, sending it forward. Bellinger wanted it back. Bryant able to get things to fall his way.
Nice little tip in to get the 2. Instead of, what he could have done was also grab it, bring it down, going back up, but the nice little tip in helped move the pace of the game along.
Williams is fouled in the paint. He'll go to the line for 2. Has 9 on the game after going scoreless in the first. Looking at this, Ethan, and one of the things that I think is pretty surprising to me is that early in this game, Williams, wearing number 1 for Glory, led all scorers with 10 He was scoreless in the second. Glory need to find a way to get him back involved as the other Williams, the big man, is at the line for 2 shots.
Again, it's just ball movement, moving the ball around, getting your open teammate to score and find that open shot. That's really what this game is about.
Williams was able to rattle that one home, cut the lead to 3, looking to make it, to 4, looking to make it 3 right here. He does perfectly. You know, we talked about the struggles that the Ballers have had at the line. Glory have not really struggled at the line at all. They've made it count. Bellinger, well defended by King, throwing it away. It's going to go the other way.
Looked like he was trying to pass that to a 7-footer.
No 7-footers on the floor for either team. And there is Williams, who loses the handle. Bellinger pulling up for 3. Off the back of the iron, Bryant. Finger roll will not go, but it is knocked back in by Blackwell.
Bryant's getting those nice rebounds, but he's just too fast going back up. Grab it, settle the ball, then go back up. Because you saw right there that he just grabbed it, kind of just chucked it up.
Clark for 3 will not go. Rebound will go in the direction of Wilson. Blackwell slamming it home. Timeout on the floor as the Ballers are up by 7. Welcome back. 7:41 left in the third. Ballers up by 7. They were down by 4 when we started the third. Ruffin now battling with Dorcius. Inside to Williams. Big time defense. Williams able to get the defense, get the ball back. And another great defensive play by Bryant underneath. That 3 well off the mark. And a foul coming the other way against Glory. Ballers with this run, Ethan, really starting to get the Glory out of sort.
Yeah, the one thing that's really working for the Ballers right now is even if there's a size differential, they're moving the ball fast, they're driving in, getting the smart shots, or kicking it out for the 3. And you can see with height, you're also winning earlier. So you see Williams tired, and that means that you have Bryant going in and grabbing more boards.
Right now, Bryant with the ball, battling with Ruffin, able to spin move and play off the glass.
Way to use the mismatch, because you have Williams out on the bench right now, so this is Bryant's time to go to work.
Graham was trying to get that to go, released it from his hip, knocked out of play. Bryant, who had 6 in the first for the Ballers, none in the second. Now with 8 points already in the third, that runner will not go, but it's knocked back in. And Ledger now has 9.
Like I was saying in the first half, you feed the big man, you win the game. And that's really what the Ballers are focusing on right now in the third quarter.
Bryant, who led the way against Tri-City last month in a 109-77 winner to open up the season, as Dorcius misses. It's coming the other way. Wilson playing defense on Williams, and Williams throws it away as he was trying to connect with King. Looked like Williams should have just slowed things down, let all the pressure run away, and then standing in the paint, just pump fake, gone back up, and picked up his first points of the third quarter.
Exactly. You just take your time, go up for the nice layup. Simple.
You always break it down and make the game so simple, but it's not as easy as it seems. The Ballers up by 7.
It is if you make it.
Oh, it's always easy if you make it, and that one does not go. Blackwell was trying to slam the rebound home, and that does not go. Big time defense right there by Bellinger, but they're able to break the pressure. That will not go for Graham, and here we go the other way. Fast break is not something that we saw very often in the first half by the Ballers, but a sense of urgency here in the third, making all the difference as that shot goes off the front of the iron. Ruffin bringing it up quickly, and now looking to go coast to coast, kicking it out. This will go for 2. And it was King for the long 2.
The big difference that the Glory is doing on the fast breaks is slowing it down, finding the open shot. As for the Ballers, you saw Bellinger just bring it up on 4. It was 1 on 4 and did not work out for them.
Wilson with the spin move into the paint. Finger roll will go. And he now has 10 on the game. Went scoreless in the first, 6 in the second, and now 4 already in the third. Ruffin kicking it out. Going back to the other side. Here's Ruffin into the paint. The roll does not go. Rebound by Bellinger, and they'll come the other way. That was another thing that you pointed out in the first half. The Ballers not really playing off the boards with authority. That has changed here in the third.
Exactly. Now you have
Wilson now gets 3. He has 7 already in the third. Foul underneath.
great call by the ref. You see the blocking foul reaching in. Great call.
He's just doing his job. We got 4:04 remaining here in the third quarter. The inbound will take place underneath as we have some personnel changes. As you see, Lewis coming on for the Ballers, and Blackwell will check out. Lewis and Barfield and Terrett, the only players without scoring for the Ballers. Long distance shot will go off the front of the iron. Lewis picks up the long rebound. And he has the ball. Right now, we've got Bellinger. Ledger trying to play some defense on him. Kicks out. The big man giving it back to Hincappa. Hincappa. And Hincappa's going to find himself checking out of this game, and Walker coming back in for him. You make the mistake, you get pulled out.
You see that in any level of basketball, middle school, high school, college, and even in the pros. You make a mistake, you get sat.
We got a timeout on the floor with the Ballers up by 10. Welcome back. 3:32 left. It is a 9-point game, not a 10-point game, as we have corrected the scoreboard. Ruffin looking for some help inside. Graham loses the handle. Battle underneath. Ballers come up with it. Bellinger. And we've got a stoppage of play going the other way. Ruffin will be the man who will bring the ball back in to start us up, handing it off to Clark. Clark's got 4. Ruffin with 6, and Ruffin now with the ball in his hands. One of the other things, Ethan, that I've noticed, the Glory, when they were in all their glory, they were moving a lot quicker. Right now, that 3 does not go. Battle for the rebound. Ballers come up with it. Glory, for their efforts, have really slowed down their pace of play as the Ballers have picked it up.
This is where conditioning comes into play. The better conditioned you are, the longer you can last. And it seems like the Ballers have found their second win and is pushing the way the Glory is played.
Glory with 3 going the other way. And a timeout on the floor. 63-57. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It is a 6-point game with the Ballers on top coming out of the half. They were down by 4, so a nice turnaround for the Ballers, and they've got the ball in their hands right now. Walker looking for some help. And he's going to have to dribble himself out of trouble. Going into the paint. Off-balance shot does not go. Fight for the rebound underneath in the paint. Ruffin coming up with it. And Glory firing for 3. It does not go. Battling for the rebound. Coming up with it was Terrett. And there's Bellinger, who loses the handle himself. Coming back the other way, Clark.
It just seems like a big game of hot potato. It seems like neither team wants the ball as the ball is just bouncing around. No one's holding on to it.
Glory with the missed shot by Ledger. Easy rebound for the Ballers, and now they bring it on their side of the floor and settle things down. Inside looking for Bryant, knocked away. It will stay with the Ballers, and we stay at a 6-point game. .124 remaining in the third. Terrett into the paint. His first 2 of the game.
Great ball movement again by the Ballers. Seems like that's really clicked for them in the second half, and that's really paying off for them.
Somehow, some way, they have heard your analysis and figured out the recipe of success. Ledger inside to Ruffin. Kicks it out. That will be for 2 if it goes. It does.
The ref's calling it a 2.
And it was definitely a 2. As we sort out why there was a stoppage of play on the floor. So what it was Graham was fouled on the 2-point shot. 1 foot over the line, and now he goes to the line to make it a 3-point game.
You know, shots like that, when you're so close from the 3-point line, you might as well just back up. I had a coach that told me if you're that close from the 3-point line, just take a step back.
He makes that one. Graham now has 9. It's a 5-point game for the Ballers.
Coach seems frustrated for the Ballers right now.
Wants them to speed up the play just a little bit. There's the ball movement that you were talking about earlier in the game. That runner does not go. Clark kicks it out to Ruffin. As we get to the end of the third, we're inside of 15 seconds. Ruffin kicking it out. That three does not go. And that is a gimme for Williams. His first 2 points since he had 10 in the first. 3-point game as we close out the third quarter. Stolen away. And that will do it for the third. We'll take a timeout. Ballers nursing a 3-point lead. We'll be back to start the fourth in just a moment. Welcome back to Athletics, Sports, and Performance Gym, the Ballers and Glory. Ballers 65-62 after 3. Early in this game, first half, Glory 23-22 after the first stanza. Up 45-41 at the half. A reversal of fortune as now the Ballers up as Ruffin kicks it out. Gets it back from Graham. Back to Graham. Williams. Ruffin. Clark. He'll miss that three. Battle for the rebound. New clock for King.
One thing that Glory needs to work on in this quarter is to match the Ballers' intensity and speed. They kind of slowed down in the third quarter. Now they need to pick that up right now.
Well, we've seen it to start as they lose the handle, get it right back. Williams battling, getting the ball back for Clark. New set of ticks on the shot clock as we start the fourth quarter. Inside, Ruffin missed, but it was Clark that was in the paint. All he had to do was that spin move to put it back up, and he kicked it out. Got to think at some point, have to be less selfish.
Well, being a big man myself, it's hard for you to know where you are underneath the basket. So if you feel a hand under you, you don't know where you are. So it's better just to kick it out.
Ruffin for Williams. Now Clark going baseline. Loses the handle. It'll stay last touch by the Ballers. And actually, they'll send him to the line for 2 shots. Not quite sure that he was really going to the basket for that one, but Clark will take it as he goes to the line.
I don't know exactly what the refs are seeing right there, but hey, that's their call. With Clark knocking down his first free throw.
That now gives him 8 on the game. He misses the back end there. Ballers looking to stay perfect at home on 2019-20, up by 2. Long distance shot, the big man misses. He has 2 on the game. Williams, acrobatic, can't get it off. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Big man surprised about that call. I mean, I can see where he's going from as a player standpoint, but from a ref, that was, you see the swinging, you're most likely going to get called for a foul.
Williams, 12 on the game, looking for 13. Looking to make it a 1-point game. He does. If he can convert the next one, as Bellinger is checked back into the game, we will be tied at 65.
If I was the Ballers coach right now, I would want the ball in Bellinger's hand, but I want him to make smart shots, because right now and recently, he hasn't been taking smart shots.
We're tied at 65 as the Glory have come in these first 2 minutes of the 4th quarter and tied the game up. Ballers still looking for their first points of the 4th, and Bellinger's shot well off the mark. He leads all scorers with 22, but as you said, Ethan, he's very streaky. He's either scoring or he's not. He's taking some shots that maybe he needs to be a little bit more patient and have a little bit more confidence in his teammates.
100% right. Move the ball around or do some dribbling, get the shot. Don't take the little step back and just chucking up a shot.
Bellinger inbounding, finds the big man. And 2 big men are battling there, and Williams gets called for the reach-in.
He knows what he did. He was smiling on the floor. He knows what he did.
And now we're just going to have to dry the floor a little bit.
This time they brought out a towel.
Brought out the towel. Hirabayashi, who has not seen the floor, did have the towel. Bellinger inbounds for Wilson. King on him. Bellinger there for the rebound.
Plays
and
like that.
Tied up.
Plays like that, you drive into the paint, you dish that out. If he drove that in, the entire team crashes in the middle, dish that out for the open man.
Wilson got tied up, earned the ball. We have a timeout on the floor as we dry things up in the paint. Wilson has 13. And we'll get the paint all dried up as we see Terrett coming into the game for Blackwell. Blackwell checking out with 8 points. And once we get everything dried up, we will have a brand new game. It is tied at 65. Low scoring affair as it goes in terms of the Ballers, who are used to scoring well above 100 points in a game. And most ABA games go well above 100 points. So for the Ballers and Glory to be tied with less than 10 minutes to go in the 4th, this is a game that has had a lot of defense and it has had a lot of missed shots.
Like you said, defense and missed shot has really been what's impacting the game so far. Both a lot of pressures on both sides and a lot of missed shots on both sides. So this is the result of that.
Bellinger off balance shot does not go. Clark with the rebound. Here comes Ruffin to push it up the floor. King for 3, drains it.
Ref says that's a 2.
Got to go by what the ref says. King now with 8. But the Glory now up by 2. Ruffin will back off, give Bellinger some space. That does not go. Rebound will go. And he got his own rebound.
Coach feels very confident stepping that far off of his side and onto the court.
Bellinger leading all scorers with 22, and that is a 3-pointer for Glory. There's a 3. Misses everything, but serve more as a pass to Bryant. And Bryant now with 16.
Again, right now in the 4th quarter, you have Bryant, the only true big man out here, that's doing what he's in. Again, with that monster block.
And that will go the way of the Ballers. So Bryant leading the charge defensively, not leading it in scoring. He had over 30 points the last time out here at home. And Bellinger calling. Wilson trying to go inside to Bryant. It's knocked away. Wilson will try to play some defense. The ball in the hands of Wilson. Now Ruffin. Back out. Clark. And that will go for 3.
Again, the Ballers are trying to exploit that mismatch that they had, but they got to realize that sooner and hit him. Because if not, that turns into a turnover and a made shot on the other end.
Clark now with 11. Glory up by 4. The big man for 3 once again off the front of the iron. Bryant, spin move, off the rebound. And Bryant has another 2. 4 in the 4th alone. And he now has 18.
I feel like Bryant has really started to get into his rhythm right now in the second half.
And just as you say that, he's called on the foul. Williams will go to the line for 2. He has 11 on the game.
Listen, fouls is part of the game. So as long as you get in your momentum, you say what you're doing, that means you just have a presence in offense and defense.
Timeout on the floor with the Glory up by 2. Welcome back. Williams is going to the line for 2. We got 7:14 left in this game, and the Glory up by 2. They were up by 4 at the half, and a good job by the Ballers of bringing a little bit more pressure defensively has resulted in them having a 3-point advantage after 3.
Williams really struggling on the line today. If he made all the free throws that he went to the line for, this would be a completely different game.
Earlier in the game, you had talked about conditioning being an issue. Could it be that the big man right now, missing both of his free throws there because of the running he's been doing in this game?
I don't know, because he was also missing the free throws at the beginning of the game as well. But conditioning and out of breath and everything like that could have an impact right now late in the 4th quarter.
And don't forget the Glory traveled from St. Augustine to Miami earlier today to play this game. Stoppage of play there. Ballers will have the ball.
Even though they did travel, being a professional athlete, you got to know how to prepare your body for games like this.
Ballers looking to rebound, having to call the timeout because they couldn't get it in within 5 minutes. So Bellinger wasting a timeout. Good defense by Glory to prevent the inbound pass.
You're absolutely right, Bruce. Staying with their offense right now, moving the ball around, that will be their key to staying in the game. Feeding the big man, slowing things down is what they really need to focus on right now in the 4th quarter.
Under 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Glory up by 2. The largest lead that the Glory had in this game on a few different occasions was 8 points. Ballers have played themselves back in.
I think the Glory got comfortable with their lead. I feel like they felt comfortable and confident that they were going to keep that lead, and the Ballers took advantage of that and kept the pressure going.
Glory certainly have not played with the same sense of urgency, pace, and probably a good way to put it, they have not played like they wanted to win this game since they were up by 8. They have gone basically through the motions since the second half started.
They haven't reached their potential, because I can see that there's many talent on the team, but they haven't really tapped into it and haven't exploited that. And so the Ballers are taking advantage of that and giving it right back to them.
They'll change the inbound as the big man will take it instead of Bellinger. Now Bellinger is fighting to get free. Finally, it is Wilson who gets free, and he'll go to the line shooting 2.
Plays like that, you still got to move the ball, because you got people wide open and you're going to take shots like that. Even if you got fouled, there's still people wide open for the more point shot.
Wilson going to the line for 2 shots. .644 remaining in the game as Wilson makes that one. He now has 14.
Wilson quiets Williams, putting his finger to his mouth after he made that free throw.
Williams getting the rebound, so maybe getting the better of Wilson, getting in his head just a little bit. Williams, Ruffin, King. Ruffin once again, and Ruffin directing traffic, getting it to King. Looked like he was going to take the shot. He was slow to get it off. The pump fake, gets it inside to Williams. The turn, one-hander does not go. Rebound by Bryant.
Earlier in that possession, Williams was making a good job getting himself open. Glory's got to realize that, give him the ball, and let him go to work.
The big man to Bryant. Bryant puts it back, another 2. He has 6 in the fourth to go with 6 in the first and 8 in the third. He was scoreless in the second. Ruffin. Clark thought about it. Inside. Williams. Too much on that pass to King. And with the Ballers up by 1, they'll be inbounding. Wilson. And now Bellinger.
If I was the Ballers right now, I would whip up a play to get either Bellinger open or Wilson for that open shot, because Bellinger can knock that shot down if he's got it wide open.
Underneath, and Bryant with authority.
Williams, for the Glory, wants a timeout.
Ball's in the hands of Ruffin. Doesn't get the timeout. That three-pointer will not go. Rebound for Wilson. And the Ballers moving it quickly. Bellinger with Ruffin in front of him. Inside of 10 on the clock, the big man. Soft hands on that jumper. He now has 4. And timeout on the floor with the Ballers up by 5. Welcome back. We got 4:39 left in the fourth. And the Glory will bring it in. They'll start it up with King to Ruffin. We've got a problem with the clocks. We'll get that resolved.
Person doing the clock probably started it, but when you're rolling the ball until
somebody touches it,
that's when you start it.
So basically what we need to do is get you to do color and run the clock all at the same time.
No, I'm going to stay with this.
Fair enough. Ball in the hand of Ruffin, down by 5. Biggest lead of the game for the Ballers was 9. Biggest lead for Glory, 8. And that doesn't go. Rebound by the big man as Williams couldn't get it to fall for Glory. And here's Bellinger, the fast 3. Off the back of the iron, Clark with the rebound.
Another not smart shot by Bellinger. You could have either pump faked or a little hezzy and then drove in for either the and one or the nice little layup.
Underneath, King. And he'll go to the line for 2. He now has 4.
Ledger right now talking to the ref about what happened 2 plays ago.
And that's not easy. King has 4 in the fourth. 10 on the game. And everybody will take their places on the court. As King now looking for number 11. And the referees will have a discussion before they put it in the hands of King.
I think what Ledger was talking to the ref about was that Bryant going up for the block was hitting the net, which actually counts as goaltending. So I think that's what Ledger was talking about with the ref.
King misses the mark. Rebound, Dorcius. Bellinger sending it ahead. Underneath, Wilson, the big man. In and out. They'll go the other way. Still a 3-point game. Ballers looking to keep things going. And they'll dry things up. 3:45 remaining in the fourth as we dry things up. If I gave you, Ethan, the coach's blackboard right now, what are you drawing up for the Ballers? What are you drawing up for the Glory?
For the Ballers, I think moving the ball around, trying to feeding the big man inside, letting him see the court. So if you're down low, you see the entire court and you see what's happening. That way you can find the open man or move the ball around more.
We'll get to what the Glory should do when we come back from this timeout with the Ballers up by 3. Welcome back with 3:45 left on the clock. Bruce Silverman along with Ethan Silverman. And Ethan, we talked about the Ballers. Now let's talk about Glory. What do they need to do to get back ahead in this game?
Keep the
Besides, drop the three.
Keeping the momentum up. The pressure on defense is really key because in the first half, they had the pressure. They were stopping the Ballers, having them fumble. Right now, they need to keep that up, which will result into more offensive chances.
We're tied. Ballers missed the shot on the other end. The three-pointer by Clark tied us up. King. Now Ruffin. Long distance three, and that goes. Clark once again. 6 points, 2 trips down the floor. He's got 10 just in the fourth. Wilson. And that will not go.
Glory's really hoping that results in a momentum push for them so that way they can build on this lead.
Clark now with 17 on the game, leading the way. Another long distance shot, and that one barely makes it to the front of the rim. Bryant, spin move in the paint, counted for 2.
Great move by the big man, realizing what he had down the floor, used that one-on-one opportunity, used his size. Perfect play by him.
Bryant with 10 in the fourth. He has 24 overall. Ruffin. That pass was handled. Shot goes off the mark. Rebound by Bellinger. Clears it out. Glory up by 1.
With the momentum push that the Ballers and the Glory is using right now, Glory really needs to make smarter shots because they've been just taking deep threes and hard threes. They need to move the ball around, find a better shot.
5 left on the clock. Wilson going baseline. Loses the handle, tries to get it back, and that will exhaust the clock. Wasted opportunity down the floor for the Ballers.
Wilson really needs to recognize that mismatch that Bryant had down low. He had Bryant with a small guy. You give him, go to work. He's got to recognize that instead of trying to drive it up, lose the ball.
Williams. Ruffin kicking it out. Going baseline, fouled. Bryant with the foul. We got 1:16 left. Ball will be inbounded at the baseline. And Glory up by 1. Ruffin getting it. Fresh clock. Williams for Clark. Clark off the mark. Rebound by the Ballers, and here comes Wilson.
Times like this, you want to give the ball to someone who can make those shots, and right now Clark isn't that person.
Kicked out. That will not go for Walker. Rebound by the Glory, and the Ballers are going to have to fight, scratch and claw if they want to stay in this game. King kicks it out. Could have been a foul underneath, not called. Ruffin, he'll check the clock. And he threw it away. Last touch by Bryant. It will stay.
If I was the Glory's coach right now, Baller's coach right now, I would tell them to foul. Get the ball, try to get them into the 1-on-1, try to get the ball back.
We've got 31 left on the clock. Referee's talking to the clock official, trying to get everything squared away. We're at 30 seconds now. And we'll dry up the paint. But it will be the ball in the hands of Ruffin, up by 1 with 30 ticks left.
Let's see what they can do with this right now. If I was Glory, I would try to either get the nice little 2, play start defense, instead of chucking up shots like that. And that will be goaltending.
And that will count 2 for Williams. Makes it a 3-point game. Williams now with 16 on the game. Bellinger, 20 on the clock, and that is a foul. Call it actually a timeout before the foul. So a 3-point game for Glory. Timeout on the floor belonging to the Ballers. Race to the finish when we come back. Welcome back. We got 15 seconds remaining with the Glory up by 3. Ballers will have the ball underneath the basket. Ball in the hands of Bellinger.
Seems like the coach is not very happy with what happened in the timeout.
And here's Bellinger taking that off-balance three-point shot. Rebound by Blackwell. Takes the three. That won't go. Another battle for the rebound. Glory come up with it. Foul underneath. Williams is going to the line. Nope. That is the ball game, folks. Glory 83, Ballers 80. Final thoughts on the game, Ethan?
Just the pressure was really what was happening in this game. If both sides didn't have the pressure, this game really wouldn't be where it is right now.
Low-scoring affair here at Athletics Sports and Performance Gym. For Ethan Silverman, I am Bruce Silverman. For everybody here associated with 305 Ballers, from inside the gym, in the truck, and everywhere around, thanks for being with us. 83-80 is your final. The visitors get the win.